Well, the New York Times records Gloria Steinem as saying, "I'm glad we've begun to raise our daughters more like our sons, but it will never work until we raise our sons more like our daughters." So what does it mean to raise a feminist son? Yes, we've broken some of the more stereotypical cultural female roles, but how do we do this for our boys, and do we need to? Now, the New York Times has written an article. It had 11 different ways to try and raise a more feminist son. Shona, does this even need to happen?
Well, I think we need to address the elephant in the room and discuss what you mean by a feminist son.
Okay.
Julie, tell me what you mean.
Well, all it means to me is a man or a son who sees men and women as equally valuable and equally contributing.
I'm with you.
But why does it have to be called a feminist son then if it just means everybody being treated equally?
Okay, so does that mean we're marketing the word wrong, but we still mean the same thing when it comes to seeing everyone valuable?
I think your opinion of feminism is so determined by your experiences growing up. If you've been called, oh, you're a feminist, and you didn't like that term because it was a put down, of course you're not going to want to raise a son that's a feminist son.
Okay, so for the sake of today, we're going to call feminism or a feminist son someone who sees everyone with equal value.
Then the answer would be yes.
Yes, okay. So how did
that wasn't hard.
No, but I mean,
No, but
it feels like it was.
but
Yeah.
all right.
feminism is
Yeah.
not that simple though in this day and age, is it?
Well,
I think we're
be.
trying for it to be. I think people and the lingo is starting to change a little bit, but we're referring to the article who said a feminist son. So that might put some people off.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I would go, whoa, I'm not raising a feminist son. But when I read that article, I'm going tick, tick, tick,
Yeah.
tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick, tick. I've done all those things.
Okay, so let's have a look at some of these things then. So give them role models, let them be themselves, which I
Oh,
think-
mine were.
So their example of not letting them be themselves is if one, a little boy wanted to go and have a dollhouse and a mum said, no, that's a girl's thing,
Oh, yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
No.
I mean, one of mine loved wearing pink tutus and plastic high-heeled
Yeah.
shoes. Off to town we'd go, pushing a stroller.
Okay.
Don't have a
so
problem.
Teach them to take care of themselves.
And others.
Yep, and others.
I think
See, but I don't
That was their
understand why
too.
those have to be
Exactly.
feminist.
Because a lot of boys don't do that. I grew up in a home where we did the girls, I've got two sisters and a brother, we did most of the work, he did the outside work. So I never actually saw him do, cleaning the toilets, emptying the dishwasher, all of those things. So to me, those were gender stereotypical roles.
Yeah, I guess for me, I'm more taking issue with the fact that it's, I think it's the label. The label turns
Yes.
me off,
Yeah,
Yeah.
All
But
right.
raising a son who's participating, who has good role models, who's learning to take care of himself, who's treating people equally, all for it.
Should be
Let's
just
go.
a given.
But,
Yeah.
it's
Should
not,
be done
but
to
it's
kids
not for
aren't-
a lot of people.
No, it's
I
not.
had someone say to me not that long ago, boys were doing something, oh, boys will be boys. Now, I don't think that is a good excuse for bad behaviour. Or
No.
she's running like a girl. So calling someone a girl is
So
a
why don't we
put-down.
challenge the idea of masculinity as opposed to raising feminist boys? Why don't we challenge us?
Can't that be the same thing?
Why does it have to be the same thing? Why can't we challenge parents to raise boys that are respectful, that are not living up to this whatever boys will be boys means,
Yes.
as opposed to having, we're not saying we're raising.
Well, that's the dream, but that's not what some people are doing. Like, they think it's okay in the house for the girls to do this and the boys to do that, or the boys never get a chance at ballet, or they don't get a dollhouse and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so let's revise the way we're
Yes.
raising
Yeah.
boys
Yeah.
instead of
And
reframing
let's
it.
not label them feminist
No.
boys.
Boys that, see the world as an equal opportunity for people.
But to me, that's
Yeah.
what the article was suggesting, but I can see how it's turning people off by saying the word feminist. Well, are you happy with the way gender roles are expanding, or do you agree or disagree with any of the ladies here? Let us know on Facebook or YouTube.